Hey there, this is Doug.
This is Pat.
Welcome back. So today we have a show we've been waiting to do since we actually started this, which is called the Blindfold Test. So we played Les Pauls of all different years and all the different models. In this show, I'm going to be in a secret room and I'm going to be playing the guitars, and Pat and our special guest from Portland, Bob Stoll, who owns Guitar Crazy here, he is going to be joining us. And they're going to make comments about what they hear, just exactly like you guys. Let's see the guitars that we're going to do. We'll revisit those now. What do we got up first, Pat?
Well, we will revisit the 1958 Gold Top Les Paul. Of course, patent applied for pickups. This guitar is all original and has smaller frets, rosewood fingerboard.
Second guitar is going to be revisiting again the 1960 Les Paul Standard, also known as Sunburst Les Paul. Faded sunburst finish on it. All original guitar. We've heard this guy before.
This is a custom-made guitar by a guy named Gary Hines here in the Portland area. This guitar has a real nice curly maple top. The Brazilian rosewood fingerboard.
Holly veneer.
Holly veneer headstock. This pickup is a Seymour Duncan Seth Lover pickup.
Fourth guitar, we're revisiting the 1994 Heritage H150. This guitar also has a nice top on it. Played this guitar in the first show. And it has the WCR Crossroads pickup in the bridge.
This is a late 70s Tokai, Japanese-made guitar.
What are you saying?
It is actually...
It's got custom pickups in it, though.
No, this is the stock Japanese pickups. This is the Love Rock guitar.
Love rock. We do.
Love Rock.
Wow. You really are going to need to listen to this because we've got a Tokai in here. Could be the winner.
Could be.
Could be. Okay, we're here with Bob Stoll, is what we talked about, and he owns Guitar Crazy here in Portland. Got any sort of, there you go. You can get the shirts from Bob for, is it still
Versão.
Okay.
Bob is a longtime Portland area guitar player, and he has owned several Sunburst Les Pauls. He's owned just about every kind of guitar that has ever been made. We'll see.
Are we ready, gentlemen?
Let's give it a shot.
Let's go. Let's do it.
To me, it was real tight sounding, you know, and real ballsy sounding, real crisp on the top end too. So,
Really?
how'd you hear that?
I didn't hear it as what I would describe as crisp on the top end. There was a little bit of bite, And it was almost fat, but plenty fat, and had a rich, smoky interior.
There you go. There you go.
Seemed a little hotter, but not, when I say hotter than number one, I don't mean louder.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed a bit more edgy, but not brighter.
Right. It seemed crisp to me, and you know, at the point of attack of the strings, it just seemed real crisp and real sharp sounding. And it had a pretty decent bottom end to it again. That one I really like the high end on, and it just seemed to me when he vibrated those notes, it had that characteristic, you know, where they change the tone, change the sound of that, almost a wah-wah effect to it, so to speak. And I thought it had a real woody sound on the bottom end too.
For me, in the first half, it was a little more spongy, a little more compressed, but not with a compressor. And when he was playing in the upper registers, it did seem a little brighter, but very much like number 2 did for me.
Uh-huh.
And defined.
I liked the beat, and I thought it was easy to dance to.
I give it a 10. A little brighter, but not in a shrill way. Maybe a hair less output, and sweet. If I was going to pick one of these four to play in a large band with, this would be the one because it would stick out more.
It did have a sweet sound to it, a sweet spot to it, and you know, the highs were high enough and the lows were low enough. Well, it sounded great. I thought a little bit muddier on the bottom end than I care for, but I really like the mid-rangey sound to it.
I found it fatter on the low end, brighter on the high end. Not necessarily either of those better than
Right.
the other, because most of us know that fatter is not always better,
Well,
and brighter is not always better. But it was good. But it seemed to have more top and bottom end than the last four.
I thought the chords sounded real good to it. Also, it was real full.